Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining our online reading session of the book The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyamate Aschatya Deshitharani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Makam Karati Vachalam Mukam Gayate Garimit Kripatamam Deshi Granjana Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Guruve Gaur Chandra Radhikaya Dadare Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Namo Namo Isha Yasvati Lakshmi Jesa Savakshasi Yasyas Hriday Samvitam Yasvan Pachit Yasya Devi Para Bhakti Yatha Devi Tatha Guru Tasya Devi Hridaya Yartha Prakashante Mahapam Yanta Pravishya Majama Sultan Sanjeevayate Kilashakti Dharasudhanam Yamcha Hastacharana Shrona Pradadya Pranam Bhagavate Purushaya Krishna Chitta Vichinto Bhavati Prabhajana Sukhabdo Machin Samsa Vishwa Vijayati Kasa Yatindra. So we're reading from the book The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada. We are in the volume 3. Okay, part 18. So we're in the last part. We are in the first chapter and a reflection in his absence. Okay, Atindri Prabhu, you can continue to read.
Yes, Puri, Hare Krishna. Nandul
Another Prabhu.
The European and American boys are, in his absence, the European and American boys are very intelligent and they take anything very seriously. Now we have been working for a few years, 5, 6 years. Still, we have spread the movement all over the world. So I am requesting, I am an old man, I will die. If they take it seriously, it will go on and there will be a revolution. Knowing that he could pass away any moment, Srila Prabhupada was positive that his disciples could continue his legacy after his
I,
departure.
I think we read this. I think we read this part.
Yes,
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 Prabhu.
we read all these parts. He continues to live. Actually, we have to read from here.
yeah,
Yes.
he continues to live. Although in an obvious sense, Srila Prabhupada is no longer present, we can always be with him as he always with his Guru Maharaj. Please always try to remember me by my teachings, and we shall always be together. Just like I have written in the first publication of Srimad Bhagavatam, the spiritual master lives forever for his divine instruction, by his divine instruction, and the disciple lives with him. Because I have always served my Guru Maharaj and followed his teachings, I am even now never separated from him. We need not feel alone, for Srila Prabhupada is not dead and gone. Srila Prabhupada is completely embodied in his books. He is fully present in his samadhi in Mayapur and Vrindavan, and he is present wherever his devotees are sincerely trying to carry on his mission. He sees us even now, just as Srila Prabhupada's Guru was always seeing him. My Guru Maharaj will be very, very much pleased upon you and bless you with all benefits. So he wanted this, and it is not that he is dead and gone. That is not spiritual understanding. He is seeing, I never feel that I am alone. As Srila Prabhupada wrote about his own guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he lives forever by his divine instructions and the follower lives with him. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada will always be present for those who follow him.
How many did devotees read My Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada? Sorry, Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. My Memories of Srila Prabhupada. I'm sorry. My Memories of Srila Prabhupada. There is a book by Maharaj. My Memories of Srila Prabhupada. It's a very beautiful book, actually. Devotees should again and again. Okay.
You do not require to worry, as I shall never leave you. You are my disciple, and I am your spiritual master. So there is no question, as long as you follow my instructions, that I shall ever leave you. And thus, Srila Prabhupada continues to live in the hearts of his sincere followers, those who actually follow his instructions. The sense that Srila Prabhupada so mercifully right here depends upon to what extent his instructions we adhere. We can't expect consistent and continuous uplifting. If estranged from the founder's mood and mission, we blithely go adrifting. Because Srila Prabhupada's instructions are not different, non-different from him and were principally committed to his books, he will always live in his books. I may stay or go, but in my books I will live forever. When a journalist inquired, what will happen to the movement in the United States when you die? Srila Prabhupada responded, I will never die. I shall live forever in my books, and you will utilize. He similarly declared, if book distribution increases, I will never die. I will be living for centuries. Guidance after his departure. You should never act independently because my guidance in my words is always there. Shortly before he left this world, Srila Prabhupada assuaged his anxious disciples.
Devotees can hear Guru Maharaj's talks on disappearance of Srila Prabhupada. Uh, there is one talk in Vrindavan, plea, um, heartfelt plea. I think that is there in the it's there in the app and it's there in the as a video also. Heartfelt plea. This particular word is there. It's on the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan. How we should not make Srila Prabhupada disappear from our heart. It's a very important thing. All right.
I shall remain your personal guidance, physically present or not physically, as I am getting personal guidance from my Guru Maharaj. By thinking of Srila Prabhupada, working for him, and loving him, he will remain in our heart. If you think of me and work for me, then I am in your heart. If you love somebody, he is in your heart. It is a common thing. Everyone understands it. Commitment to serve a guru by adhering to his Vani becomes of critical import, especially after his departure from mortal vision, and can be had principally on that basis. Remember me by my teachings, and we shall always be together. His assurance, you can associate with me by reading my books, extends for all years into the future. Shortly before his physical departure, Srila Prabhupada told the devotees in his presence, there is nothing now, there is nothing new to be said. Whether I had to say, I have already said in my books. Now you must all try to understand it and continue with your endeavors. Whether I am present or not present does not matter. Around that time, he added, If I depart, there is no cause for lamentation. I will always be with you through my books and my orders. I will always remain with you in that way.
There is one question asked by Acharya Prabhu. What will happen after you leave this world? Something was asked to His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj. That's there in the app. You can hear the particular lecture. He is the only person, I think, in the whole disciples who asked this particular question. And Maharaj gave an extensive lecture on that. So you can hear that. Okay, Ramdas Prabhu, you want something to say?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here that all that he needs to say is already in his books. So a lot of time, um, others might try to bring up like personal direction that he has given, and they don't realize that we have the general, which is the book, which is what he wants us to follow, and then he also give individual personal instruction through letters and these things. Sometimes they might want the mass following based on that personal instruction rather than what Srila Prabhupada is instructing. He's saying right here that everything that you need to know is, I already said it in my books. There's nothing else that needs to come from anywhere else. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Through letters also, and they are specific actually. But when it affects the movement and the devotees, it becomes general. Understood what I'm saying? Hare Krishna?
No. Can you explain?
Yeah. Actually, whatever is there in Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada says that I've given everything in my books. Prabhupada said very clearly that whatever is needed for you to become a pure devotee of the Lord, to go back and back to God, and everything I have given in my books. So that is universal truth Prabhupada gave. Okay. Now comes to letters. Letters and some of the lectures, even they are contextual, some are like letters are specifically personal. That's right. But there are some letters which affect the movement, which affect the devotees in a large scale, and these are specifically movement oriented. I mean, uh, although it is specifically addressed to that particular devotee, but still it is affecting, because it is affecting the whole movement. So that kind of letters are also actually should be taken care of. Like, for example, Prabhupada said, never introduce government syllabus, Montessori syllabus in the schools of ISKCON. So that is a general,
Never
that
what?
is actually, sorry,
Never what?
never introduce government syllabus in the schools.
Government syllables. Okay.
Yeah, government syllabus in the gurukuls or in the schools affiliated to ISKCON. ISKCON, which is run by ISKCON or ISKCON devotees are running for gurukuls or anything like that. So never introduce government syllabus, but is actually it is affecting the movement. So that is particularly it may be specific, but it is actually it's a general principle. So like that, and Prabhupada introduced uh, some examinations like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti, all these examinations which are given mostly in the letters. So they are specific, but at the same time they are for those devotees who want to go ahead and learn Prabhupada's books in a very specific detailed manner in such a way that they can become good preachers in future. So they are also, in one sense, they are general. So like that, there are letters. So we have to see each and every letter, whether it is personal. Like for example, Maharaj's Patropadesh is there, volume 1 and volume 2. I don't know whether you read that book or not. Those two books, every devotee should have distributed so many books, Patropadesh volume and 1 and 2 to so many ISKCON devotees. Uh, without any name of the devotee, without any name of the temple, nor the deities, nor the place. All these four things Maharaj avoided, but just the instructions are there in that book. So it may be general, it may be specific, but those
Can
instructions
you give
are.
me?
Sorry, can you give
Can
me
you give me?
what?
Can you give me something that is not? So what you're giving me right now is already there in Srila Prabhupada books. Can you
No,
give me an
Prabhupada,
example of something that's in the
that's why
letter that's not in
that's
the
what
book?
I'm
That's
saying.
in the pastime
That's
of
go.
Prahlad Maharaj. That's there.
No, pastime of Prahlad Maharaj doesn't reflect particularly because the thing is, pastime of Prahlad Maharaj is there, but this particular lecture, this particular letter that was questioned by one devotee to Prabhupada that can we introduce government syllabus in the schools, and Prabhupada in one morning walk or in room conversation, Prabhupada said no, and then again that question arose. Then he wrote in a letter specifically stating that government should see some things need to be specified, otherwise devotees cannot understand that. So we need to see letter by letter. We need to see that requires little bit of maturity in Krishna consciousness and all those things. Then just yes, first primary evidence or primary thing are books. That is for sure. But letters are there. Like for example, there are some letters which are specific. There are some letters which are general for the moment, and so it can be applicable for everybody. This can be applicable for the place, and some of the things which are specifically for United States, some of the things are specifically for India, some of the things which are specifically for Europe and for particular yatra. So it depends on the letter to letter. We can't blanketly say that. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't say anything.
So somebody was speaking as well. I was thinking. So the thing that is the thing. So yes. So in letters also there are certain letters wherein which are specific, but at the same time, if it affects the movement, if it affects the devotees, then that should be considered, taken into consideration. That's what my point is. Although, although in the books it is there, like for example, in the books it is there specifically that Suniti, being a woman, cannot initiate Dhruv Maharaj. But then why female Diksha Gurus are being done? I mean, are being this one. So there's a whole discussion going on whether it is done or not done. I don't know if it's postponed or not now. But the books are very clear. Some of the things are very clear. Whether, for example, in Prabhupada's books, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, nowhere Sai Baba is mentioned. Is anywhere Sai Baba is mentioned? Particularly name? Vivekananda is mentioned? Ramakrishna is mentioned? No, it is not mentioned. Because Prabhupada said it should not be mentioned like that in the book names because they are prominent people, although they are bogus, they're prominent people in the society. So you cannot name it as a because the books need to be last. So but when people read that, they can understand, oh, this is like that. But when you hear Prabhupada's room conversations or Prabhupada particular morning walks, there's particular letters, in that particular letters, they are particularly mentioned. Their names are mentioned. Prabhupada mentions their names. So it is um, we have to be we have to be matured enough to understand what is general letter and what is specific letter and how letters are there. That's what is my point. Because when I read Patropadesh volume and 1 and 2, and even you can read Prabhupada's letters through Sikshamrita volume 1 and volume 2. I don't know whether you know that book. There is a BBT publication which was printed long back, which is out of print now by the name Sikshamrita, Part 1, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are divided into the topics of various Prabhupada's letters. If you want to know about Japa, Chanting, there is a whole section about this. Book distribution, whole section about this. Festivals, whole section about it. Did you come across that book anytime?
No, Prabhu.
So you can check on the internet. The few devotees might be having. You can get that book and you can read every day. We used to read every day. Sikshamrita Volume 1 and Volume 2. We used to read every day before going for book distribution through those letters, because in letters so many intricate things Prabhupada used to write. So we used to read every day. So my point is that in letters also, if they are specific, like in this section, in Mood and Mission, Maharaj writes some of the things which Prabhupada wrote in the books are nowhere relevant now. Some of the examples we have read in Mood and Mission, somebody remembers or not, I don't know, but I remember. Prabhupada writes, Maharaj writes very clearly that even in the books, certain sentences or contexts in which Prabhupada has written that particular purport, not the whole purport, that particular line is nowhere relevant now. So that doesn't mean that the principle is subtracted. So the principle is important. So we are looking for the principle. Yena tena, what is that? Survey with what is that? Smartavya satatam Vishnu, Vismartavya najati chit, Sarve vidhi nishedasya eto yor vakinka. So our goal is, what is that? Survey vidhi nishedasya. So whatever principles are given, it should serve the purpose that it should serve the purpose of remembering Krishna and never forget Krishna. That is the main important. Whether it may be letter, it may be this thing or anything, that doesn't matter. Ultimately, actually, as far as giving the evidence is concerned, the first hand evidence is books, and then comes the lectures, and then comes the letters. But we have to see, like, then if the letters are like, it's not important, then Ritvik should have been gone long back, because they always quote the letter, July 9th letter, July 9th letter, but July 9th letter is not important. Who will tell to them? Books are more important. Where in the Prabhupada's books Prabhupada writes about Ritvik philosophy or anything like that, even if you consider the evidence. So the thing is that everybody has, the whole movement is based on, the whole Ritvik movement and IRM is based on ISKCON revival movement. IRM is one more bogus deviation from ISKCON, is ISKCON revival movement and Ritviks. They go hand in hand. KBI, all these things, they go hand in hand. Krishna Books Incorporation. So these are how they are running, just based on July 9th letter. So, although that is not true, July 9th letter, something says something, and the English meanings, somebody takes something else. There is a whole video in San Diego ISKCON temple, the whole discussion happened. Rupa Vilas Prabhu is also there, Jayadvaita Maharaj is also there. The whole discussion about the Ritviks is there. So, my point is that we have to see the context. Although the principle is there, the books are the basis. Did you get my point?
Yes.
Okay. Continue, bro.
So,
Hare
like,
Krishna.
how
Okay.
to understand that point? Prabhupada point is not relevant.
What is that?
How? Like you said, that Prabhupada
No,
writing in some.
See, the thing is, Prabhupada, when he wrote, he mentions about Soviet Union sometimes in the
Okay.
books.
Mhm.
And sometimes he mentions some things which are when Nixon was there, in the book itself, when Richard Nixon, the then president of India. So we don't take that particular Soviet Union or Nixon. We take the principle what Prabhupada is writing about. You're understanding? So,
Yeah, understood.
for us, the principle is more important than the example or the way Prabhupada is quoting it. That is not important. So that requires a maturity of reading Prabhupada's books for years and years. That Maharaj is very nicely given. In the modern version, it is there. That's why the book should be read 2-3 times. Then we will understand how Maharaj has written, in what way Prabhupada books. Sometimes in Prabhupada writes, we have to take the principle, not the context in which Prabhupada is writing that particular instance. So that's why a book should be read 3 times in order to grasp what is there in the book. Did anybody remember? Guru Maharaj writes that this is no way, this is not relevant at this particular today. This is not relevant today. Like that, Maharaj gives 4, 5, I think 3, 4 instances from the books itself. Did anybody remember? Jasita Prabhu, you remember?
No, Prabhu.
Oh, Maharaj is given in the modern mission. I can show you later. Maharaj is particularly given. I was really startled because I was thinking Maharaj will write somewhere or other, and Maharaj wrote at one point of time because I was having the doubt how to, because this is very specific. Why I'm saying, because I experienced it when the initial days of Krishna consciousness so much in my life. The initial days of Krishna consciousness, I had to go through fighting with many senior devotees. I'll tell you, senior most devotees, fighting, literally fighting with them, verbal fighting. I mean, because they were all telling that Prabhupada's lectures are contextual. It's as if denigrating Prabhupada's lectures. Still now it is going on among the many senior devotees, big senior devotees, senior most devotees. They are there in the moment since 25. Now, by now, they are already there in the moment since 25. When I was there, they are 10 years senior, 15 years senior, and I joined. And now they are more than 20, 25 years. So they used to tell their juniors or those who come newly to Krishna consciousness that Prabhupada's lectures are contextual. Prabhupada's books sometimes are contextual. How is that? How is that? We have to take the principle, but principle never changes. That's what is the thing. The spiritual masters, gurus, acharyas never change the principle. The
But
context,
then, if that is
sorry.
true, what you're saying, if the principle never changed, then what Srila Prabhupada states in his book just now, what he says is that all what you need to know is already in my books. It's just the difference of the details. But what you're saying, if you're saying what it is that you're saying, that is the lesson in the back of it. That means the
See, the
lesson
thing
is
is,
already in the book.
yeah. See, the thing is that we have to serve Krishna. We are swart and parcel of Krishna. We are servant of Krishna. We have to live our life by remembering Krishna, by serving Krishna. There is no way. These 64 angas of bhakti, whatever nectar of devotion Rupa Goswami has given, what Sanatan Goswami has written in his, by hearing from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Haripatula, everything Prabhupada has given in his books. Whatever Goswamis have written to become a pure devotee of the Lord, everything Prabhupada has given. Some of the details like Richard D. Nixon, Soviet Union, there are some things that is not important at all for us. Anyhow, that will change over a period of time. But the point is that that's what I am trying to explain. So don't make it Prabhupada's lectures as contextual. That example may be here and there. At that time, whatever Prabhupada knew, he would have told. But the principle, we are hearing Prabhupada's lectures. Why we are hearing Prabhupada? To understand the principles. Not to make a joke of what is that, of the examples what Prabhupada is giving. Sometimes the examples it is like, for example, I will tell you the example, a very startling example I have faced in my life. See, Prabhupada every time gives the example that to know your mother, to know your father, you have to go through your mother. To know who is your father, you need whom to ask. You have to ask your mother. And through your just like you ask your mother to know your father, who is your father, the same way Vedic scriptures are the mother by which or through which you can through the Vedic scriptures you can understand who is God. But nowadays the kids or the youth are asking, no, we should see DNA, all these things, how the polluted mind can think about.
Yes,
One,
true. Last
one,
week only this discussion happened with the youth. The youth.
yeah, they are arguing. How is that? Oh, no, there is DNA is there. We can't just like that blindly accept what mother is saying. This is what they are saying. This is what they are saying. No sane man will say like that. The IIT people are saying. The IIT, NIT graduates,
These are going to be the future. UPSC students are asking. These are the atheistic group who are asking, how can we believe the mother who is saying like that? We have to see. Actually, if mother would have been there, she would have been aborted and slapped this rascal. But this is going on. But this is the example which is coming from Parampara. This is not that new example which Prabhupada has invented. But now people ask all sorts of mental uh, doubts when we raise these type of questions, these type of examples. So there are so many things. There are so many things. Like for example, over a period of time, at one point of time, there will be a time when you can't give an example of a cow because people cannot see a cow. I'm right away saying it. After 5,000 years, 6,000 years, there will not be any cows. 7,000. What is the guarantee there will be a cow? Hoof print. There is a
Bhagavatam guarantee is going to be a cow.
Prabhu. What I'm like, people know what is a cow now. Even they can see what is a cow. There are videos about cow. Over future period of time, there will be no. There will be no cow. The example is there. Like I don't know whether you hear Maharaj lectures or not. Maharaj just told many lectures like the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita about what and all the recipes with Advaita Acharya as the was Advaita Acharya offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he came. Those recipes don't exist. They exist in a different name. People don't know what is their names are. Even it is a Bengali recipe. The native Bengalis, they don't know what is that recipe coming from. And Maharaj had to do research on so many things to get that particular recipe. What is to be done? There are so many devotees like Chirigidhar who was translating from English to Tamil, the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he had to do research at each and every recipe in Tamil Nadu. Also, the particular recipes were there, but in a different name, in a different style. So it is like that. The English language changes. The English language in which the euphemistic style that changed. Now nobody writes thou, thy, thee. Nobody writes thou, thy, thee. If you write thou, thy, thee, they will say it is Old English. Now it is different. Now after a few years, this English will change. So we should understand how Prabhupada is telling that my books are there. That means the movement will change because the principle won't change. If anybody is sincere, they will surrender to Krishna. They will understand that Krishna is supreme. I have to surrender to Krishna. These books will take me back home, back to God. That faith Prabhupada's books can create in the hearts of the people. That's what is important. That's why we are distributing books. Why we are distributing books? He may be anybody for that matter. If he has any problem, if he has any faith, if he just reads Prabhupada's books, no matter whatever may be the English dialect he is speaking, but that's all. If he reads Scottish English is different. Scottish English you can't understand. The Wales English is different. The Irish English is different. The English spoken in United States is different. But principle remains the same. That is what my whole understanding is all a thing about. So for that we are hearing lectures, for that we are reading Prabhupada's letters, books and all. That is what is important. You got it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Continue. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. All instructions for the future are in his books. The ideas, the plan, I have already written in my books. You have to take the direction and spread it all over the world. To the query, when you are not present with us, how is it possible to receive instructions, for example, on questions that may arise? Srila Prabhupada almost predictably replied, answers are there in my books. When further questioned, do you direct us also through the heart besides the Paramatma? Srila Prabhupada responded, if your heart is pure, everything depends on purity. Guidance can also come from Krishna himself by the grace of spiritual master, provided one has the purity.
Okay.
Or
This one is very, very important and everybody can claim that they are pure. Whatever is coming in their heart. Like for example, nowadays this is going on in ISKCON. They do something and they will say Prabhupada is pleased because so many people are coming. Because Prabhupada said, Phalena Parchete. Prabhupada said that whatever result you get, there, that is the result is in the, that is that uh, what is that, pudding, fruit, seed, what is that? What is that saying? There is a saying.
Yes.
What is that?
Chair.
No, no, Phalena Parchete, no, no. What is that? The fruit is in the pudding. What is that? The seed is in the pudding. What is that? There is a particular proverb.
The
Ramdas
taste
Prabhu?
is in the taste is in the pudding.
That means?
It means in order for you to, the proof is in the pudding. Sorry, the proof is in the pudding.
Pudding means what?
It means in order for you to know how it tastes. If somebody say it tastes good, or somebody said, look, it's not good, how would you know unless you eat it? So the proof is in
Okay.
the pudding.
So the proof is in the pudding. So the point is that somebody may say, because the proof is that so many devotees are coming, so many devotees are joining. That is what they give proof that through hospital every week they are making 7 devotees. So hospital program is good. It is not philanthropy. It is Krishna consciousness. So you mean it is Krishna consciousness? Or deities have lost Shakti? Holy name has lost the Shakti? Prabhupada's books have lost the Shakti. Deities have lost the Shakti. Devotees have lost the Shakti. Acharya's literature have lost the Shakti. Why? Why we have to do something which is which people like? So the thing is, uh, we have to see what is purity. It should not be just like the taken the face value that so many people are coming. That doesn't mean that actually there are two things now. That, see, one thing is that person, anybody who is doing kirtan, that is good. We have to hear, but we have to see whether he's following or not. Like for example, somebody is giving lecture. He is not following anything, but he's very good in speaking and giving lecture. Why we have to hear lecture from him? That is one thing. Second thing is that just because so many people are coming to one yatra, just because so many people are getting attracted to a particular place, even within Krishna consciousness, that doesn't mean that everything going on is pure. No, it's not that everything, whatever is going on, is pure. Yeah, some purity will be there. Otherwise, how they will attract? Because Prabhupada is pure. Holy name is pure. Prabhupada books are pure. So many people will come because they have strategy. But the thing is, every time that is not true. So we have to be careful not to judge according to, because some people said that, many people say Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is very strict sannyasi. And my spiritual master is very loving sannyasi. So I have a balance. What is this? From where you got this idea? My spiritual master is very loving, but Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is very strict. So I have a balance hearing from both. This is not the way to judge. This is judgmental. So they think that one who is very strict cannot love. And one who loves, no need to be any strict because he is all merciful. They think like that. It is not like that. It is not true. You don't know. You didn't live with Maharaj. That's why you think that Maharaj is very strict and he's just abruptly strict. That's why he's strict. No, he's not strict like that, just for the sake of strict. How can you understand? Unless and until the proof is in the pudding, unless and until you taste, unless and until you be in the association, you will never understand it. Okay, continue.
Yes. Our only business is to spread Krishna consciousness to the best of our possibility. And Krishna has given us discrimination and judgment. So Krishna is within you, you chant and ask him, Krishna, and he will give you proper instruction. A direct response to an awkward inquiry about acting in his absence. Harikesh, I have always been afraid to ask because I don't know if it's proper, but you being the external manifestation of Super Soul, if we are having questions, doubts when in your absence, if we are receiving indications, is there any possible way that someone who is so conditioned can have any understanding of proper action in your absence? In other words, if I am in your absence and I am in great doubt, and I am praying to Super Soul to please save me somehow. If I receive some action which I must do, or some course of action becomes obvious, should I trust that, considering that you are communicating with me or Srila Prabhupada? That depends on purity. If one has become pure without any material desire, then that is possible. But if there is some material desire, we cannot expect the direct communication.
Okay, Prabhu. Somebody else
Yes,
can
Prabhu.
read.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Saurabh you can read. Now it depends on you.
Hare Krishna Guru. Now it depends. Now it depends on you. Whatever I have to speak, I have spoken in my book. Now you try to understand it and continue your endeavor. Whether I am present or not present does not matter. In the natural course of Parampara, Srila Prabhupada bequeathed his mission to his disciples. This preaching work is our mission. It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, my Guru Maharaj's mission, and my mission. It is through the Parampara, as I am trying to discharge my Guru Maharaj's mission, you also try and things will go on nicely. He taught his disciples everything about Krishna consciousness, gave them a worldwide movement for propagating it, and ordered them to spread it further. I can pass away any moment, but the legacy which I am giving to you, you have to execute. That's your duty. If Krishna likes, he can do anything. I have given some idea and you have taken it and people have appreciated. Now it depends on you how to spread it. The ideas, the plan I have already written in my books. You have to take the direction and spread it all over the world. Now it is in your able hands. You are resourceful, intelligent. Spread this Vaishnava philosophy and challenge this Mayavad and Shunyavad. Whatever I could do, I have done. Now it is up to you to spread this movement all over the world. Now it is practically in your hands to finish and push on what I have started. The members of ISKCON must increase this movement more and more
Hare Krishna,
according
Saurabh here it is lot. There is lot of noise in the background. You can go. Can you go to a place where there is a little bit silence?
to the, I think Mataji is, I think
Oh,
Jai Janaki
Jai,
Mataji.
Jai Janaki Mataji, can you please mute?
Sorry, Prabhuji, sorry, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
The members of ISKCON must increase this movement more and more according to the principles that we are presently trying to execute. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thus being pleased, will smilingly glance upon them, bestowing his favor, and the movement will be successful. You are all young men. It is in your hands. Now you make a policy in that way, just like a few communists, Stalin and Lenin, formed a big communist party, and now it is predominating all over the world. Similarly, you are so many nice young flowers, intelligent young Americans. You have understood the philosophy, and now it is up to you to spread this ism. Much work ahead. In 1971, just as the movement was gaining momentum, Srila Prabhupada told his followers, just see what I have done in 5 years. Now we are 500 and we have 50 years each. Think what we can do. And just a month before his departure, With the movement well established, Srila Prabhupada nevertheless mused how much how much tremendous work we have to do. I did not waste a single moment. I tried my best, and it has been successful to some extent. He wanted his disciples to continue to push on, telling them, "We have got much work ahead. Don't think our business is finished. We have got a very heavy task before us. Together, we have to push on this Krishna consciousness movement for a revolutionary change all over the world. Let us do this duty carefully so that our life may be successful, although our attempts are not as great as they should have been." Srila Prabhupada said we have done only 1% of our work. 8. Krishna conscious teaching. It is all in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we have to demonstrate it. ISKCON is like the appearance of the Varaha incarnation, who sprang from Brahma's nostril in a small size and suddenly grew half the size of the universe. Brahman means bigger than the biggest and still becoming bigger. Satswarup Das Goswami is born in 1970. Admitting that his lofty plans were currently like a dream, Srila Prabhupada nevertheless charged his disciples that it should be done. Prabhupada said if the Gurukul was successful and if ISKCON got more standing in the future, the government could take guidance from ISKCON and not allow people to cheat, claiming to be a Brahman or Kshatriya without the training. These things are now a dream. Prabhupada admitted, but it should be done. Getting all these things done, Kamala Krishna Goswami presumed would extend well into the future. He said to Srila Prabhupada, "We have to work our whole lifetime simply to carry out what we have planned. Even then, we won't be able to complete everything. We will have to trust those who come after us to finish everything." Srila Prabhupada himself noted the Christian cult was spread all over the world after the demise of Christ, not during his time. Fill in the framework.
Okay, Prabhu. Somebody else can do that. Devotees. Thank you. Okay, Asita Prabhu, you can start with it.
Okay, Prabhu. Fill in the framework. Likening the movement to a skyscraper of which he has built the framework, Srila Prabhupada exhorted his disciples to fill in the rest. I have built the skyscraper skeleton. Now, all you intelligent American and European boys and girls, fill in the spaces nicely in good taste. There is now a skyscraper framework. Now you have to decorate and cover it nicely. To construct the form is the difficult portion of the adventure, but when it is there, it is not difficult to finish it. Simply, it requires a little taste. Primarily in his books, Srila Prabhupada gave philosophy and his plans and ideas. This is the framework to be given shape by spreading and developing it worldwide. I have given my ideas and direction in my books. Just you have to see it. Now I have given the ideas, the philosophy in the books. So it is your business to develop it all over the world. Give it a shape for the world prosperity. I have given some idea and you have taken it and people have appreciated. Now it depends on you how to spread it. The ideas, the plan, I have I have already written in my books. You have to take the direction and spread it all over the world. We simply have to develop what was begun. So we are preachers on behalf of Lord Krishna. That is our occupational duty. We haven't got to search any further some new challenge or change our engagement. No, that has been already settled up. Now the best thing will be to develop more and more what we have begun. I have built the skeleton of the building, but there is so much more work remaining before us. I have set up the framework and everything should be done within the framework. This endeavor is to be carried out with intelligence and attention. With great endeavor, we have made the framework. Now we have to see that things are going on nicely. You must apply your brains how to spread Krishna consciousness. I am an old man. I can give you the idea. Now you have to carry it out. Leaders, especially, were expected to execute this task and in grand style. As Srila Prabhupada wrote to his dear GBC disciples, over the past 10 years, I have given the framework, and now we have become more than the British Empire. Even the British Empire was not as expansive as we. They had only a portion of the world, and we have not completed expanding. We must expand more and more unlimitedly. Take the credit. The Lord is so satisfied with his pure devotees that he wants to give them the credit for missionary success, although he could do the work personally. Even if some devotees choose not to take part in the preaching of this movement, it will continue, Srila Prabhupada stated, because it is being conducted by Lord Chaitanya. For those who take part can take the credit. In the Krishna consciousness movement, everything is happening according to the predictions of Lord Chaitanya, but the credit goes to Lord Chaitanya's sincere servants. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has forecast that this Hare Krishna mantra will be heard in every nook and cranny of the globe. He is God, so it will happen. That is a fact. So if we take advantage, then we may take the credit. But if we do not, someone else will. It is analogous to the situation of Arjuna on the battlefield. Arjuna was advised by the Lord to fight and take the credit. Otherwise, the party of Duryodhana would be killed anyway by the will of the Lord. He is for ongoing success. The same straightforward formula that Srila Prabhupada repeatedly expounded during his personal presence will remain the key to future success, namely adhering to his instructions and doing so with full sincerity, that is, without personal motive. Let us very steadily stick to our principles and our movement will surely come out successful. Push on in your preaching work as I have shown you. Remain pure, enthusiastic, and optimistic, and Krishna will favor you with all good results and benedictions. Members of this society must always remember that if they stick to the regulated principles and preach sincerely, according to the instructions of the Acharyas, surely they will have the profound blessings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and their preaching work will be successful everywhere throughout the world. The assurances that Srila Prabhupada gave in his personal presence hold true now also and into the future. Just work sincerely and follow the regulative principles, and Krishna will help us always. If we are faithful to Krishna, Krishna will help. Sincere preaching cannot be checked. It will bring success. It is sure and certain that if you work very sincerely for Krishna to spread his message, the message of Bhagavad Gita, there cannot be any check. It is not possible. Ahaituki apratihata. Apratihata means it cannot be checked by any material condition. If you go on with your duty sincerely, there will be no power to check your progress. We have nothing to manufacture, but simply carry the message as a faithful peon. That will be effective. One should be very sincere to his spiritual master, Krishna simultaneously. Then everything comes out successful.
Okay,
Even
just one
without
second. Just one thing. I remembered it. We have nothing to manufacture, but simply carry the message as a faithful peon. In some offices, there are no peons nowadays.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
there is no concept of peon. There is a peon is a very old in India, old concept. The peons used to carry the files and go to the place. But now that post box is not there in many places. Post box. I never saw it within 3 years, 4 years. Previously, I used to see many times the red box, and there used to be a time mentioned, and person used to come and collect. But there is there are no over a period of time. The collecting agents like UPS here in United States, you have to go to the USPS or to the UPS to send the mails or somebody wherever it is. There is no particular boxes assigned. Previously, it used to be. They used to come, and every area there used to be a red box. There used to be red on the top. There used to be a black color thing, and there used to be a time mentioned. And I remember we used to run before that time, and I used to put the boxes. And we used to think that okay, before time we have come and we have put the box, put the letter. So now there is no box. Letter box is not there. And peon, faithful peon. Where is the peon? What is meant by peon? Uh, 1 second. Let me see whether this example
Bench
is still there.
worker, low laborer is the
Yeah,
definition.
day laborer or unskilled farm worker, a debtor, but a person who does menial work, someone of a low rank, attendant. Actually, it is called as attendant or messenger. That is actually contextually fitting. Am I right or not? This is actually fitting, attendant or messenger. But
Yes,
over a
sir.
period of time, this pratha, oh, who is doing peon? This is an old example. The principle is there. Principle is more important. One should not, but principle is here. One should be very sincere to his spiritual master simultaneously, and then everything will come out successful. Okay, continue.
Even without Srila Prabhupada's physical association, everything can be successful by following the programs he gave. It does not matter even if I die immediately, I have given the basis for everything. And now, if they simply manage things nicely and follow whatever programs I have begun, then everything will be successful. Both practice and precept are required. The secret of success will depend on keeping yourself spiritually strong by regularly chanting and following the regulative principles. And side by side, you have to preach, and it will go on without any impediment. In a 1975 lecture, Srila Prabhupada directed his disciples to keep this standard as you are now keeping. Then things will go on automatically. Again and again, Srila Prabhupada stressed this point that all success, both of individual devotees and of the whole movement, will come by following the basic principles.
Okay, just 1 second. This particular thing is following regulative principles. The secret. The four regulative principles will always remain the same. It's not changing that. Illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication. But within that, details are changing. Like, for example, gambling. Gambling means people know that playing cards, going to casinos, race courses are gambling. But even shares also people can understand it is gambling. But mutual funds, people cannot understand it is gambling actually. What are you doing? You're investing in it's an investment. How mutual fund is a gambling? Mutual fund is a gambling because you're investing in something it's a risk. So where there is risk involved, obviously there is less. There is like lose or a win situation. So that means it is a lottery. It is kind of a lottery. So it is gambling. Even investing in movies is also gambling. Investing in sports is also gambling. Like somebody's is investing in IPL. It is gambling. It has nothing to do with it's gambling. Oh, Ramdas Prabhu. Yes.
Yes, the gambling, all that you're describing is time, basically. what you do with your time, if you don't properly engage your time, everything else is considered to be gambling. So you're gambling
No,
with your
but
life.
that's correct. But you're not doing anything, nah. You're not doing anything. I'm just investing. Like for example, mutual fund. What you're going to do? You're not going to do anything. You have, like for example, you have $1,000. Just put in $1,000 in the mutual fund, and that will do. You
Yep.
don't. You're not doing anything. You're doing Krishna consciousness
That's
very
not
nicely.
that's not true. That's not true. In order for you to get that money, you put in your time, you put in your energy. So the money didn't fall out the sky. You went in the backyard and picked the money. So it's gambling. It's done.
Yeah,
It's there.
it's gambling. They say that because see, where the risk is involved, wherein you may lose or you may gain, and you may get more or you may get less. So these are all the factors which which makes it, uh, which makes the whole thing into gambling. So that is the thing which I wanted to tell. Because in future it will become like that, because eggs, like for example eggs, there is fertile eggs, and there's some nuisance is going on. Unfertile eggs, something is there. Unfertile eggs are not um, it's not it's not, even if you eat it, that doesn't matter, because there is no baby in that. That is what they claim nowadays. These are all details, but anyhow, you have the taste for eating eggs. That is main important. So anyhow, you will. It's so people have so many arguments about small things. Okay, bro, continue. We will read this and stop it. We will continue later from here. Oh, he left. Oh,
Yes, yes, he
oh,
left and
no problem. We will stop here, and uh, we will take up tomorrow. Dropping for another call. Okay. We will also drop. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Kripa Sindebhi Vacham. पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। विजुअल भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जय।
yeah.
नमो कृष्ण श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
हरे